That's it. Today we have to talk about Eren, the protagonist of the Attack on Titan series. I'll focus on Rambling, where Eren's character development is truly magnificent and well crafted, despite him having the aggressive mentality that is no different from the typical shonen man character. I'll divide this article into two parts to explain why the change of Eren's personality in the latest chapter is very reasonable, by explaining the changes in Eren's mindset from the beginning. This video will mostly be a retrospect of Eren's journey to mental maturity. We'll go back to the boy's childhood first, because every shonen man character starts as a child before growing up and becomes someone important to the society. As a kid, Eren was stubborn and oddly courageous. He learned to adapt to the external environment quite slowly and tended to fantasize a lot about the world that frees from titans. Most of all, he despises being trapped behind the walls and believed humans should take back what they used to have. For this, Eren had a giant dream compared to his young age, which was strongly influenced by his best friend Armin, a pretty smart young boy who hung around with him, and Mikasa, and got help servant chance by them. Eren adored the survey course due to this particular dream. A dream was disapproved by his mother Kalar and his adopted sister Mikasa due to its dangerous nature. His stubbornness and willingness to do extraordinary actions were what made people around him concerned that he'll get stuck in danger one day. On a good side, Eren as a kid was just an ordinary boy with an understandable dream of seeing the world outside the walls, which could be achieved by joining the army, and later on he resolutely decided to make it a reality. All of these characteristics are quite relevant for a child of that age, and nothing out of the ordinary except for a certain case when he met Mikasa and revealed a darker side of his personality. The day when he met Mikasa, he got himself a super reliable companion who would accompany him with great loyalty. In episode 6, Eren's carefree innocence changed within an instant. He fucking killed someone to save a girl, and that girl was Mikasa. The main reason Eren wanted to save Mikasa was because of his own sense of justice, his own belief that everyone deserved to be free and in control of their own lives. Eren's simple belief of the fairness was that everyone has their own right and no one should take those rights away from others. So the girl was unwillingly kidnapped from her peaceful life and had her parent murdered brutally. His sense of justice and revenge began to rise and urged him to help her. It was just saving a life but killing who offended others' right. Eren as an individualist wanted Mikasa to fight for herself and avenge her misfortunes. He focused on doing everything in his capability to raise Mikasa's spirit, and she was quickly convinced when seeing Eren getting exhausted from helping her. They killed the perpetrators together, and from this experience, he helped her understand the harsh truth of the world again, that the weak will be devoured by the stronger if they do not fight for the right. There was something that Mikasa also realized as a child before but never actually had to care until then. Eren's word reminded Mikasa of that rule effectively, and he became her savior. It should be noted that how he can kill so swiftly without fear can be seen as an underlying manifestation of psychopathy, which is compensated by Eren's energetic and youthful impulsiveness to make the situation seem less scary. What kind of kid is that? Despite having good intention, his action was too violent, but fair nevertheless. Moreover, the time he needs to overcome his trauma of murdering someone was too quick. To be fair, it was reasonable for him to forget quickly, because Eren only did just it, or what he claimed as just it. His belief of an eye for an eye also rooted for his fighting spirit in the future, like the Hammurabi law to Eren was something very obvious and relevant to human nature. Moreover, because as a kid, his capability of empathy hadn't developed much, so the experience didn't affect him severely, which is thing again, that was good for him. This event heavily shaped Mikasa to become who she is today though. Eventually, Eren changed, and nonsense doesn't last forever, especially for people who live in a brutal world and people who have twisted innate qualities within them, people such as Eren. The first tragic event that taught Eren and Mikasa's painful experiences of losing their family together was the day their mother, or adopted mother for Mikasa, was devoured by a titan breaking into the wall. This event aroused his cold-blooded nature in Eren and made his animosity on Titan become stronger than ever. After the fall of Maria's wall, Eren was driven by a desire for revenge, and he was ready to accept the price to reach his goal wholeheartedly, without regret. Because of his edgy mindset and bratty mannerism, he tended to push people away from him, which Eren didn't really mind because then he could focus on his ambition only. Even those who were closest to him got pushed away sometimes, mostly due to lame reasons. For example, his jealousy toward Mikasa's innate talent made him treat her badly even though she was fully devoted to him. Lots of people disliked Eren for his overwhelming attitudes, especially Jane since he had conflict with Eren before and had a crush on Mikasa. Not only it has strong nature, the way Eren clung to his opinions selfishly made him look rather stubborn and childish. At this stage of Eren's biology, Mikasa was affected the most. Eren's inferiority complex to Mikasa, who has special power due to her Ackerman bloodline, resulted him in reject her assistant. In the Battle of Choss, Eren treated Mikasa quite badly for misunderstanding her good intentions and thought that she was hindering his development as a soldier. Bam! He got eaten for not listening to her. Lucky for him, it turned out he also had special ability, one that can transform him into a titan that fights for other titans. It's ironic that Eren, although abhorring titans, enjoy the ability of him. That's a good thing for him, because then Eren could use that ability for the benefits of mankind without finding himself problematic. He got no time for self-loathing, and neither did we. In fact, he was so confident that he even declared he could take care of the Titan on his own. Interestingly, Eren was not always an immature jerk. Sometimes he was a mature jerk with a great sense of responsibility and courage. He had a legit reason to be a jerk though, since people, intentionally or unintentionally, betrayed him too many times without them realizing. Actually, it was mostly Eren being an egocentric edgelord, but let's just try to walk in his shoes as he took things personally. Despite having a loud and obnoxious personality, he often showed the utmost respect for his superiors and the corps. However, the time he served in Levi's group led to his humiliation, because Eren's enthusiasm was not respected by others at the way he poured his heart into killing titans. That contributed to a clever and cunningly rebellious Eren later in the story. What Eren experienced was a betrayal of belief. From a young age, those who loved and were raised for him didn't believe in what he believed, which because the dream of a child like him were too dangerous. When he enlisted in the army, his superior didn't trust him because he was still green and immature. Later, when he discovered that Annie, the friend he trusted and admired, was actually a female titan who killed her own teammates, many of Eren's already broken beliefs gradually made him worldview become highly skeptical. Annie is one of the few people he could get along with during his military training days and was the one who pushed him to his best to learn how to fight. By the time they were enemies, Eren realized he would have to actionize his friends and admitted that he lacked awareness and understanding of the actual situation. This resulted in him recognizing in order to have his life run smoother, he had to be aware of the situation to adapt to his surroundings. Perhaps Eren also had doubt about losing control of himself and turning away from human in his Titan safe, from which Eren gradually learned to control himself so he can actually be able to trust himself. It could be said that Eren would wish to be in control in general. When forced to face Annie, it was the first time Eren had tasted intentionally betrayal. Unlike the Inaka's experiences with others who didn't harm his belief with bad intentions, Annie with her actions were actually opposing him in matter of life and death. This serious event also led to the first time ever when Mikasa criticized Eren. As usual, Eren was frustrated, but at the same time tried to control his wrath so it was more pragmatic. He was trying to become a subtle utilitarian who could use his emotions as motivations. Realizing he couldn't solve the problems alone, with his limited worldview, Eren tried to restrain his ego to be able to get along with others instead of telling them to let him handle everything himself. Despite being defeated by Annie once again in the battle between the two, by abandoning the massive ego and cooperating with others, Eren defeated Annie and successfully captured one of the main enemies of humanity. From there, it began a continuous development of Eren's psychology, which made him more mature as a candidate for the future re-establishment of the world. Aside from Annie, Bertholdt and Ruler, although didn't associate with Eren as much as Annie, were also considered traitors of Eren's trust in his teammate. The betrayal was one of the most influential events in Eren's life, especially shortly after the case of Annie. The people he considered brothers turned out to be the ones who brought him to miserable years again. Gladly, the experience he had a few days ago with Annie along with the information presented to him a few hours before disclosure helped him overcome the excessive negative feeling. Still, that didn't stop him from making the mistake of allowing himself to be blinded by rage, so much that he disregarded others who were his allies. He once again ignored Mikasa and the others and continued to behave miserably in the situation, abusing his power to throw himself into danger again. On the brink of the death again, this time, Eren learned a new lesson and developed the ability to use what he learned from his enemies to perform counterattack. Let's just say that despite being a stubborn guy with quite slow recognizability, Eren tended to have a major revelation that changed him rapidly. His composure was born when he realized that the truth of retaliation could only be done effectively if he controlled himself enough to know when, where, and how he should enable anger to consume him. The confrontation in the forest allowed Eren to clearly show his long-held hatred and aim it at the right object. This action was very important and is one of the main remarks in Eren's character development. Eren failed at communicating with the human imposter Ragnar and rulers, and this led to the inability to understand their motives. To cope with the confusion of their actions, he yelled at them and threatened to murder them in the most brutal way as possible. These few words of Eren made Ymir, who also a hidden Titan, Abaddon trust in him and choose the Titan side. You know what changed people the most? A mental breakdown, or should I call it mom break? Wait, that sounds too hentai. Let's call it the lowest point of the mood swings. The details of the phrase and Eren's character development will be explained in the next video, so stay tuned. If you have any topic that you want our channel to discuss, please subscribe and leave a comment for us to know. Thank you for watching this video of We Know Anime. We will see you next time.